Then we get to hear from Craig Greenberg, our candidate for mayor of Louisville, following those three. So first, hey John, are you ready? All right.
I just want to thank y'all, welcome you here. This wasn't an easy decision to come to. A lot of times, a lot of locals will wait until after a primary is over with before they make an endorsement. Sometimes it's a safe route, but not always the right route to go. We've watched Craig, we've listened to him, we've followed him, we've had discussions. We've seen how he's walked the community, we've seen how he's reached out to our membership. We came up here and met with Black Teacher Caucus. He's been accessible to us. His vision, he has the Louisville vision we need right now to get us out of the crisis we've been in the past 2 years. We need leadership, both leadership. Someone can take us to the next generation and move us forward and unite the city because it needs to be united right now. And like I said, it wasn't an easy decision, but I think it's the right decision. And I'm proud that 783 will be endorsing Craig Greenberg for mayor. And we strongly encourage all our other union brothers and sisters and everyone else out there listening to listen to what the man says. He has a vision, and we think he's got it in the future. And that gives us united again. So thank you all for coming out.
All right, now Jessica, would you please join us? Jessica Ferris with ASME.
Thank you, Ms. Barbara. I'm Jessica Ferris with ASME Local 2629. I'm the Vice President. I would just like to say that, just to reiterate, it has been a long time coming, and this is also a decision that we did not take lightly. I remember back to when Mr. Greenberg was at the beginning of his campaign, and he did not hesitate at all when a lot of our workers were facing many issues throughout the pandemic and continue to do. He did not hesitate 1 minute to come onto our general membership meetings and spend a few hours of his time to listen to all of the issues and concerns that the workers had. And not only the workers, but the citizens of Louisville and people that were telling the workers what the issues were in the city. So I am happy to say that ASME Local 2629 is also looking forward to working with Mr. Greenberg in the future and wish him the best. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jessica. Next, we'd like to hear from President of ATU, Lillian Brentz. Lillian?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lillian Brentz, President Business Agent of ATU 1447. Our local has voted and we chose to endorse Craig Greenberg for mayor. We are looking forward to working with him in the future. Louisville needs strong leadership. We need courage and we need respect restored back in our communities. And we look forward to supporting Craig on his journey and helping us as we move forward together. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here so very much. Today is a great day. Today, I'm proud and honored to receive the endorsement of these three large local organized labor unions. John and Teamsters 783, thank you. Solette, ASME 2629, thank you both for being here, and thank you and your members as well. And to Lillian, Clarence, and your whole team with ATU 1447, thank you. Thank you to the thousands of hardworking men and women represented by your organizations in every neighborhood of our city. And thank you for your trust and commitment to work with me, my campaign, and my administration to make Louisville a safer, stronger, and healthier city. Today, we are also joined by some of Louisville's other key labor leaders, including Todd Dunn, thank you very much for being here, and some of labor's strongest local allies, including former Metro Councilwoman Barbara Sexton Smith, who you heard from, and current Councilwoman Nicole George and Keisha Dorsey. Thank you all very much. Thanks to each of you for your efforts every day to improve the lives of every working family in Louisville. I am the product of a union household. My grandfather was a firefighter in New York City and a member of the Uniformed Firefighters Association. My parents both started their careers as public school teachers, and my dad was a shop steward in the Unified Federation of Teachers. And my amazing wife, Rachel, is a former English as a second language teacher in Jefferson County Public Schools and was a member of Jefferson County Teachers Association. I grew up learning about the importance of hard work, fair pay, and respect for others. So today's announcement is particularly meaningful and personal to me. With today's announcements, 6 of the most active organized labor unions in the city have endorsed my campaign for mayor. These include the Teamsters, ATU, and ASME, who you've heard from today, in addition to the Louisville Firefighters, LIUNA, and SEIU, who also have representatives with us today. Together, these organizations represent thousands of hardworking families across our entire city. And these individuals make up the backbone of Louisville's workforce and economy. They are mechanics, social workers, bus drivers for both TARC and JCPS, construction workers, firefighters, and more. They are public sector and private sector employees who keep our economy and city running. Over the past year, I've met with my friends in organized labor and listened to their concerns about issues in their workplace and in their neighborhood. Like many others across our entire city, here's what they've told me. They are ready to build a safer, stronger, and healthier Louisville, and they want to be part of the solution. So what I told them is there is no time to wait. Let's get to work together. After the unthinkable events of last week, it is the support of these important labor unions and their thousands of members that fuel my team and I to move forward. Particularly since it was this event, originally planned for last week, that we were discussing right before the shooting in our office occurred. And it is the support and love from thousands of people across the city and our country that continue to fuel all of us forward. There is a lot of work and a lot of healing that is needed across our entire city. With the growing momentum for my campaign for mayor that you're seeing a part of here today, we will together make Louisville a safer, stronger, and healthier Louisville. Thank you all so much for your support. I'm excited to work with each of you and all of the members of each one of your organizations, and together we will make Louisville a safer city. Thank you all very much, and I'm happy to take a few questions.
Mayor, sorry.
Sounds good.
I like it. I want to ask something, with the events of last week, something that fellow candidate Bill Durk talked about in the mental health forum, which you weren't able to make, was this concept of just how much it sticks with people, it sticks with families. Where are you at that point, given off of what he had mentioned last week?
Sure. Well, I think anyone who has experienced a shooting as my team and I did, particularly those who didn't fare as well as my team and I did, this is an event that will stick with me and my team for our entire lives. There is no doubt about that. I've encouraged my entire team to speak to professionals. I myself have had conversations with professionals and plan to continue to do so, because I think that's the healthiest and smartest approach for anyone who's experienced the unfortunate events that we experienced last week. So that event certainly shined a light on the importance of mental health treatment throughout our entire community in many ways. For those who have a mental health affliction that might lead them to commit a crime, as well as those who are impacted by senseless gun violence in our community. There is so much more that we can and must do as a city, that we must bring people together to invest in mental health resources in our city. And I am a strong supporter of that.
Could you explain a little bit more about your feelings about the suspect in this particular case being bailed out when he did?
I've already provided a statement on that, and I'll let that statement reflect my feelings on that matter.
Would you care to expand on it at all a little bit?
Well, as I said last week, it's nearly impossible to believe that someone can attempt to kill somebody on Monday and be released from prison on bail on Wednesday. But that is our current system. It's a reflection of a criminal justice system that is broken. If an individual needs mental health treatment and they're in custody, they should receive that treatment in custody. I'm a strong supporter of additional mental health resources in our jail, and preferably providing mental health treatment for people before they commit any crime. Right now, there's a lot of discussion in Frankfurt about bail reform, and I am focused on, in that pursuit that our state legislators are considering right now, focused on the difference between violent offenders and nonviolent offenders. But I'm mostly focused on working across this entire city to prevent violent crime from happening before it occurs, so that bail isn't even an issue. And I want to focus on things that I know are proven short and long-term solutions to end senseless gun violence and reduce violent crime in our city. I want to have a fully staffed and fully funded police department, the best police department in America, one that is trained, trusted, and transparent by people across our city, and one that focuses on community policing that seeks to prevent crime. I want to focus on investing in mental health resources for people in need across our city before they commit a crime. Focus on implementing proven solutions like group violence intervention that help prevent crime from happening, and invest in the root causes of crime and poverty. These are all solutions that are proven to work. I know people across the city agree with me, regardless of their political party, regardless of where they live. And so I'm calling on people to join me as part of the solution to make these things happen here in Louisville for a safer city.
Sir, I know your team has distanced itself to a degree from the Butchertown office. Do you plan on returning at any point? And secondly, have you heard anything about the suspect and whether he was scoping out the area prior to the incident?
Right now, our campaign continues to move forward full steam. I've been going to events every day this week. We have a great announcement today and that we're all here for, and we will continue to move forward. So we continue to all work in a very safe way. We are continuing to move forward. And I have no comment on the investigation that's going on right now. I'm going to continue to defer to LMPD and law enforcement as it relates to the investigation.
Psychologically, though, just, this is something that must stick with you. It must stick with your family, those who work with you very closely. I know you've answered some of that, but can you just tell us a little bit more about how your family are dealing and coping at this time?
This has been a significant impact on my family and myself, on my team, my 4 other colleagues who were in the office with me when the shooting occurred, their families, and the rest of our team that wasn't even there. This was an unthinkable event, one that I wish never would have occurred. I know that I'm blessed and I'm still here today, and others across the entire city are victims of gun violence that are either killed or physically injured. Fortunately, that was not the case with us. But my life has definitely changed. And so I'm trying to focus on moving forward and use my campaign for mayor, and hopefully as the next mayor of Louisville, to heal not only my family and our team, but also to help bring the city together and heal ourselves and focus on the common solutions to making this a safer city and reducing the gun violence. This is an experience I wish I never had, that I wouldn't wish on anyone, but it's an experience that I've now had. And so I hope and expect that the experience I had will inform my feelings and actions to make me a better citizen, a better candidate, and a better mayor of Louisville that can bring people together to implement reforms to make this a safer city. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
I'm Tara.
Oh, hi, Jason.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good questions.
Thank you.
You okay, Billy? So I got in here just a minute or two late because I got caught behind an accident down on Beulah Church Road, Fagenbush Lane area. So the labor unions are coming out in support of this candidate for mayor, Craig Greenberg. Several endorsed him earlier, 3 endorsed him today. And the first comment that I heard being made by one of the labor union leaders was that they do not typically endorse before the primaries, but they made the decision to do that. So, how you doing? They made the decision to go ahead and do what they did. So, let me hop in front here for just a minute and tell you. So, labor unions endorsing mayoral candidate Craig Greenberg today. We're at the labor hall down on Beulah Church Road, and 3 labor unions spoke up today. A couple of others have previously endorsed this candidate for mayor. So it's a pretty big step because normally the unions do not step up before the primary to make an endorsement, and they chose to do that today. So labor unions endorsing mayoral candidate Craig Greenberg today. He spoke a little bit about his experience with the shooting that took place in his office last week, the long-ranging after effects of it, what he hopes to take forward as a result of that experience. And it's one of those situations that is always extremely touchy in an interview situation, especially when a positive announcement has been made and the topic comes back to something that may not feel as good to the candidate, but Greenberg answered the questions in a what I consider a transparent manner, and that's what we are hoping for, that there can be healing that's moving forward from the incident. So that's it, you guys. Now I'm going to drive back home in the rain. Have a good afternoon, everybody.